Hello and welcome to Egusi's Kitchen. Today in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how I make this super delicious and a special recipe for a special guest or special occasion. This is one of my mother's special recipes. So I'm going to be showing you how to craft this super delicious egusi soup. And by the way, if you are new here, you are very welcome. And to my returning viewers and subscribers, you are welcome as well. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, just kindly subscribe, share, and like, so we can continue to bring this kind of delicious recipes for your enjoyment. And yes, so let's do it together and craft this super delicious egusi soup. Yes, and for the ingredients that we are going to be using for this recipe, I'm going to have them listed under the description, but I'll quickly run over them. So for the protein that we're going to be using, I have some fresh cow meat, goat meat, and which I'm going to boil, and I have stock fish, dry fish, I have snail, crayfish, momo, and I also have pepper mix, which contain real bell pepper, onion, habanero pepper, and yes, an onion as well. So for our meat seasoning, I'm going to season the meat with some salt, turmeric, thyme, rosemary, garlic, and cinnamon powder with cloves. And we're going to be using kale vegetable, and we also have the main ingredient, which is egusi powder. Yes, and I have palm oil, chicken bouillon, locust beans, and yeah, and some other seasonings. So next, I'm going to be boiling the meat, the cow meat and the goat meat. So I'm going to be seasoning it with some salt, onion, turmeric powder, thyme, rosemary, garlic powder, cinnamon powder, and cloves. But you can use any seasoning that you prefer in your food. Yes, I blended this little onion, which I'm going to use to mix my egusi powder. And I'm going to set it aside until it's time to use it. So right now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to knead this egusi powder. I'm going to be adding the blended onion. This is going to help to grab all this egusi together until we get the right texture that I am looking for. I added more blended onion just to make it a little more softer. Yeah, you can make it to any texture that you like, but I always love to have it like a soft, you know. This is the right texture that I'm looking for. This is when the egusi feels like the oil is coming out. So that is when I stop. Sometimes I just knead it. Even sometimes I extract oil from it. But I'm going to be stopping here. And I already have some water boiling on the stove, which I'm going to be putting the egusi inside here. So after cutting out the egusi inside the hot water, I put it back on the stove to cook. And I added some locust beans, iru, to it. We're going to allow the egusi to cook very well for like 15 to 16 minutes because it's molded and it needs some little time to cook very well so it doesn't spoil after cooking it. The meat is cooked, so now we're going to start cooking the egusi soup. So I have some oil in the pot. I'm going to allow the oil to heat up a little and I'll add the pepper mix. Here I'm going to allow all the protein and the pepper mix to cook well together. I'm going to be adding some egusi powder to give it like a little texture. Egusi soup can be cooked in different ways. It depends on the taste or the flavor you are looking for. That will determine the method you are going to use to cook your egusi. You can use the boiling method, frying method, just different method, a lot of method. It depends on the taste that you are craving for or the flavor that you are craving for. This method of making egusi soup is different. That is why the taste is different and the process of making it is different. So if you want to enjoy something like this, just just take a little time out for it and be meticulous about how you make it, knead it very well and cook it. Compare it to the taste of every other egusi. You see that there's a lot of difference, and that is why this one is usually being made for special occasions and special guests. And anytime you want to treat yourself well or treat the whole family good, you take time out to make this kind of egusi recipe. Yes, when you're making this recipe, you make sure you don't add too much salt from the beginning. Just add a little salt into the pepper from the beginning, because all the fish, the meats, and everything they have are salt, so that you don't overpower it with salt. So at the end, towards the end, after adding all the protein and everything, and you check for the salt to adjust or to add more or whatever you need to do. So just be careful with salt. So I realized that some of these egusi lumps are very big, so I just decided to break them down with a spoon. And but each of these lumps, if the soup is well made, very, very well made, each lump that goes in your mouth will make you to eat more, because there's kind of a nice taste and flavor that bursts in your mouth when you are eating it. So that's why you need to try this recipe. This is so good. This is a special egusi recipe that everybody should try. So this habanero pepper that I'm going to be just crushing is just for an extra flavor. It's not compulsory. If you cannot take heat, so much pepper, just adjust to your taste. And I'm going to be crushing my crayfish as well. So here I'm adding the crayfish and the pepper that I just chopped for extra flavor. Yes, I would like to let everyone know that egusi needs to be well cooked. If you want egusi to taste good, you have to cook it down very well. Yeah, because if you don't cook it down well, if you leave it in the pot overnight, it will swell up. And some people don't like eating egusi because it runs their stomach. And the reason why egusi will run your stomach is if it's not cooked down well. So we can see that this egusi soup has really cooked very well. The oil has come out. This is how I know that my soup is cooked, when the oil is coming out. And I'm also adding some of my all-purpose seasoning to enhance the flavor. And I've also added some of the cube seasonings, and you can use any seasoning of your choice. Yeah. So next I'm going to be adding the vegetable, the kale vegetable. You can use any vegetable of your choice, but whichever one I'm using, I always try to be generous with vegetable, because vegetable, as we know, that it is very, very important in our diet. So I don't feel afraid of adding vegetable to my soup. It enhances the taste, the nutrients, the flavor, and everything. So I'm just going to cover this and let it cook down for like 2 minutes, and you can't, so that it doesn't overcook. Yeah, after adding the vegetable and steaming it for like 2 minutes, I stir it together, and it looks so fresh, smells so delicious and amazing. And I'm adding more of my natural flavor seasoning, because it enhances the taste, especially when you add it towards the end of your cooking. This is so natural, and they're all organic that I mix together in there. So this egusi recipe can go with any swallow. Yes, it can go with any swallow, and it's very simple to make. It just to knead your egusi, blend your pepper, boil your meat, and put everything in the pot, one after the other, following the steps, because that is very, very important. So this is so amazing. And I was taking it off the stove. We can use it to enjoy any swallow of our choice. Yes, we can use it to enjoy any swallow, and we can put it on rice. We can just use it to enjoy anything that we like. Yes, and if you have watched this video to this end and you love it, kindly give it a share and subscribe if you have not subscribed. My returning viewers, my returning subscribers, I want to thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for contributing a lot to this channel. Yeah, you can watch more videos on my channel for your enjoyment, and see you in my next. Bye for now.